Okay, so it is 11 o'clock at night. I had 2 coffees with 2 espressos hours earlier, and I went out again to get some more. Vita, what's going on? What's wrong, sweetie? And I've now had 2 more coffees with 2 more shots of espresso. Feeling very awake. Last night was a lot of gas for the animals. I had 4, more like 3.5 coffees with espresso shots, and they had a really hard time knocking me out. They kept trying, but not until like, I don't know, maybe like 5, I'm thinking, somewhere around there. So she had a couple hours with me. That's not an easy time for them to bring in other rapists. But I don't know, because I was unconscious, and I could definitely feel the pain in my body. She's been working on my foot. She's been working on my fingers. I actually tried to put a ring on that now won't fit because everything's swollen. So I'm just recording right now because I'm wide awake, and I want to make sure that when I start to get gassed in like minutes, that I record again so you guys can see the obvious difference and how that's literally impossible to happen that quickly without some form of sedative or something. And she did cut more of my hair. She loves to cut my hair. She seems to go down these lines of, and then you can, I'm pretty sure you can actually see where she's like cutting the hair, and she just loves to cut my hair. It's the funniest thing. Like, I literally cut all my hair off, and all this hair was shaved down to the bone all along here. All this was shaved down to the bone, and you see how much it's grown out already, and none of this has grown out because she keeps cutting it. So she has this like desire to make me uggos and bum me out and make me bald. I was pretty close to shaving it all off anyway, so my attachment to this, but I can tell when she's done it. So, because I can actually feel it, because there's not that much hair there. So when it started getting thinner and thinner, I could actually feel it. And since I know how she operates and what she likes to do, and the hair that was longer in the back there is no longer as long. She tries to be so slick about it, which is really odd because, I mean, I know she's already doing it. So, and for a while there, she was like shaving over here. And I will make note next time of my armpit hair, because it's so funny. It was like gone for like a month, and I was like, okay. So she's shaving my armpit hair up one less time. I have to do it. And then it got cold, and I'm wearing a ton of clothes when I go to sleep because she doesn't let us have any heat in the house unless it's filled with gas. So I went to take a shower, and I noticed that my armpit hair is like an inch long. And I'm like, oh, look, I have armpit hair again. Look at that. But yeah, it's because she can't get to it because I'm wearing all the clothes, and it's just not worth trying to get off all my clothes and try to shave my armpits without probably cutting me. But yeah, so here we are. The animals aren't super stoked. They had to take a drive in the evening, but it gave them a little bit of time away from the gas. And that's it. Last night was brutal. I should have been videotaping it. Maybe tonight I will, and post as we get weaker and weaker. What's up, V? Yeah. How you doing, sweetheart? Such sweet animals, you know? Oh, and tonight when I was driving around, 2 Latino gang members pulled up alongside of me and made it pretty clear that they've either been inside my body or plan on being inside the body. One of them was like making like mouthing things to me, and it was very threatening and menacing. And I literally was just sitting there. I mean, I noticed them at first because they actually pulled up and then stayed far back so they should have been right beside me. But they decided to do that, and then they kind of inched up like a drive-by. And then as soon as he was right next to me, he was already eyeballing me. And I mean, how would he know who's in that car? And it's just not normal, you know? You could say, oh, that happens or whatever, but not in that particular way. You know, usually those guys would be a little bit more recognizant of the fact that they don't know who's in that vehicle. They don't know if it's another gang member. They don't know if it's one of their friends. I mean, you know, to make an assumption, it would be somebody right away that you would know, that you would want to eyeball. It was just a whole feeling to it. And then he was mouthing stuff, and then his friend told him to not. And I was like, okay, you know, it was kind of sad. It kind of gave me a glimpse into the people that Miho, Vita, and Kitty are having to deal with every night. That I'm knocked unconscious and rapists come in here, and why they're so bummed out in the morning, and why they're so afraid and terrified. And because the energy of these people is evil. It's mean, it's cruel, it's sick, it's bad. So I'm very wired. I have lots of caffeine in my system. I was told by Detective Briscoe to go to a hotel tonight. Nice of him to do that. I don't want to spend money and then have to say that I got sexually assaulted in a hotel room and have no proof, and then have them use that to try to say I'm nuts. I'm not going to be set up like that. I'm not going to, you know, if I choose to go to a hotel, I'm going to do it when I choose to do it, and in my way that I'm going to do it, and try to get as much proof as I can when I do it. And that's that. I'm not going to be set up. And yeah, by the way, they're not doing anything. They're not giving me a rape kit. I'm again wearing underwear that has been on my body now for the third day. I think I'm going on 2 days without a shower. And so there's probably evidence and proof on those underwear. And I would guess I need an STD test. And that would be a very prudent thing to do. And it would be very informative, because if I have any, I haven't had sex with anybody in 6 years. So, and I've had tests since then, and they've all read negative. So if I have an STD, how would I have gotten it? So there you go.